Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. This morning, at the launch of the South Academy of Performing Arts, we are also launching the Ramlilah Institute, as well as the Pan Institute of Trinidad and Tobago. This morning, our next performance is going to be by a member of the Ramlilah Institute. And let me just give you a brief synopsis of what's going to be happening this morning at this venture. On this day, this particular day, thousands of years ago, Sri Ram took avatar in Ayodhya, India, on the 9th day of the lunar month of Chaitra. Sri Ram is believed to have lived in the second Yuga or Treta Yuga. The story of Sri Ram is a story of truth, which were passed on from generation to generation in India. When our forefathers came to Trinidad many years ago, they brought with them a way of life that struggles in today's instant and fast-paced world. The Ramlilah encompassed many various forms of devotion into an activity into which many members of the community were able to take part. Song, dance, drama, and most of all, the devotion which took part in the reenactment of a story which took place many years ago. The teachings of Sri Ram are as relevant today as they were so many years ago. Truth, discipline, respect for elders, love within a family, love in a community are all what we need in this world today. This morning's presentation is going to be done by a young fourth-year medical student at UE. His name is Jason Rajiv Yarna. He's part of the Satya Drishti Ramlilah group of Lower Barakpur for the past 5 years. His monologue this morning is set where Sri Ram has been banished to the forest for 14 years, and his younger brother, Bharat, is going after him. Sri Ram, Bharat is very disturbed by his desires of his mother because she wanted him to rule the kingdom. And Bharat went in search of his older brother who went into the forest. He went with the hope of returning with Sri Ram and placing him as the rightful heir of the throne. At Sri Ram's forest, deep and intellectual conversation took place between the two righteous brothers. Here, we shall listen to young Mr. Yarna speak of this dialogue on the ideals of duty and leadership. I now present Mr. Yarna.
Purity, sincerity. You're well aware of the traditions of the Solar dynasty, and you are a true exemplar of Dharma. Hey, you're aware of the magnitude of the circumstances which surround us and the fragility of the situation that we are placed in. I therefore ask you this, Bharat, not only to consider our respect towards our elders, but also keep in mind the thoughts of our friends, our neutrals, and our foes. Every individual has his very duty to perform, but we must sit back and contemplate of what duty befits us in this scenario. Mother or father, they are your first gods. Their commands and wishes are nothing short of Bhagwan's commands and wishes. Hence, Bharat, going against their commands is just the same as going against Bhagwan's commands. Hey, bhai, as I look at you today, as well as myself, it is a much simpler task to disregard Pitaji's command, put aside this 14-year exile, and return to Ayodhya. But we must ask ourselves this: of what righteousness is this to go against your parents' command? O Bharat, he who serves mother, father, preceptor, and leaders without any hesitation, such a person shall reap all the fruits that this world has to offer. But the soul who fails to do so, his mere existence has gone in vain. Therefore, today, Bhai, I entrust leadership unto you. O Bharat, rule without fear, without ego, without bias, and without selfishness, just as our great Pitaji has done before us. A great leader is one who acts as a mouth, while his servants and subjects acts as his hands, his feet, and his eyes. While you may think that the mouth does all of the eating and drinking, that very mouth nourishes the same hands, feet, and eyes that serve it. O Bharat, we are indeed placed in a volatile situation today. True brothers are those who stand together regardless of the occasion. They unite and face any adversity regardless of the consequences that they may face. Bharat, with all this contemplation, I have made my decision. I cannot return to Ayodhya with you. It is only fitting that I fulfill Pitaji's command and stay in this forest for the next 14 years. It is with much sadness I say this, Bhai, for your love and affection cannot be compared to with mere speech. In so doing, I shall leave my slippers for you. I want you to use it as a symbol, Bhai. Let it represent 2 watchmen looking over all our citizens and protecting them. Let it represent 2 treasure chests guarding the jewels of your love and affection. Let it represent the 2 syllables, chanting which gives any individual supreme bliss. Let it represent 2 hands that are always willing and ready to give. And Bhai, Bhai, my most beloved Bharat, let it represent 2 eyes, 2 pure eyes that will never and lose hope, will lose faith in doing what is right and what is selfless. With these words today, Bharat, I leave you in charge of Ayodhya.